The Client File tab is used to view or edit all the information about any contact in the database. The overview contains all the vital information about a contact organized on one page for easy visual access. In the top box, you'll see the client and his or her immediate family. The birthday list box represents whether or not that contact appears on the birthday calendar in Staff Tools. And right above that box, you'll see 5 buttons: Laser App, Edit File, Add Family, Delete File, and Convert to Entity. The Laser App button is an integration that allows users who also have the Laser App software to transfer all of their client information onto any document they have stored in the Laser App system. Edit File allows the user to edit the client file, and the Edit File button located on top will edit the upper client box, and the lower Edit File will allow the user to edit all the other information on this page. Convert to Entity button allows the user to convert this natural person client to an entity like a trust or a corporation while still keeping all that information. You'll see these buttons only if permissions to edit client files are assigned to you. Right underneath the lower of the Edit File buttons, there's an information box for record owner, date entered, client anniversary, client years, and team information. The record owner is the entity responsible for the creation of any particular client file. Date entered is the date this client file was created, and below that the team number is displayed along with each member of that team and their respective position in the company. The Categories box to the right of that lists the important information about the relationship this contact has with the firm and where the contact originated. Classification is a label of what this contact's relationship to the firm is. Lead status indicates at which phase this contact is in terms of becoming a client. Source refers to where this contact was generated from, something like internet marketing, referral, direct mail, you get the idea. And subsource is a more specific description of that source. Keywords and interests are completely customizable, used to allow the user to get a feel for this particular contact at a glance, and to provide tags for database searches. If you click the Google link on the left in the address box, the address will be generated in Google Maps. It's important to select the appropriate address, email, or phone number for the primary checkbox. The primary contact information is what's automatically generated in emails and pending tasks, and also signals to other team members which contact method is most appropriate or where the contact's primary address is. At the bottom of the overview page, there are 3 small boxes: Notes, Revenue, and Referrals. The Notes box will contain all of the important notes that you've entered about this contact in the Important Info section. If you need to add another note, simply click Edit File next to the client file ID and add that note. You can click Ctrl-Alt-J at the same time while the cursor is in the note box, and you'll make a timestamp. When you're finished, be sure to click Save in the same place that you clicked Edit File. Alternatively, you can look at notes made about this contact in the tasks or the workflows that were ever attached by clicking the By Workflow button. Once that's clicked, the user will see a full list of all these items, and then can click on any item in the list to see a chronological listing of all the notes associated with that task or that workflow that was clicked on. The Revenue box will display the revenue generated by this client via total revenue, 90 days, 12 months, and year to date. Revenue tracking is done in the Financials section of the software through bookkeeping. The Referrals box will display the person or persons that were referred by this contact to your firm, the date when it happened, and the status of that referral. The Opportunities tab serves as an overview of the revenue generating opportunities associated with this contact and the pertinent details that go along with that. Opportunities should be singled out, so if a prospect is considering both an annuity and a life insurance, for example, a separate opportunity for each should be created. You'll notice the 3 buttons above the column fields: Add Opportunity, Edit Opportunity, and Delete Opportunity. Edit Opportunity will only be visible if an existing opportunity is clicked on. These buttons are pretty self-explanatory, but there will be a glossary shown at the end of this video that defines all the fields in this box. The Workflow tab has 3 functions: Add New Workflow, which allows the user to attach any workflow they would like; Add Single Task, which allows the user to add in a single step task that is essentially a reminder; and Delete Selected, which clears the selected task or workflow from the contact and thus deletes any associated tasks in the pending tasks. Any attached workflows will be displayed in chronological order, starting with the most recent at the top. A user can select any of the workflows listed, and a task tree with each individual task contained in that workflow will appear to the right. From here, the user may view and edit any of the tasks, reassign tasks to different users on the team, change the due dates, or add and edit notes on this task. The next tab over is Email, and this allows the user to view all of the outgoing system emails. You'll notice the three interfaceable buttons, All, By Workflow, and Email. The default is set to All and thus will display all the emails. If the user selects By Workflow, then emails corresponding with any particular workflow will be displayed, allowing the user to select that workflow and then view the emails that were sent in correspondence with that. Clicking the email button will bring the user to a page that allows him or her to quickly send a custom email or email template to the contact that was being viewed. Emails that have been sent can quickly be resent by hitting the resend button next to the corresponding email. When an email on the list is clicked, that email will be brought up for the user to view, and then he or she can print, email, or download that using the buttons near the top left of the page. The Letters tab will keep track if any letter templates using the Letter Wizard and Staff Tools have been sent to this contact and tell you when it was sent and which template was sent to them. The Accounts and Assets tab is used for advisors only, and that is where you'll be able to see the account aggregation data for the client that we're looking at. And lastly, the Documents tab is where the user can view all the documents associated with the selected contact. Once a folder is selected, if any have been created, the corresponding docs within will be displayed in the middle of the page, and the document itself will generate in miniature format on the right side of the page. At the top of the page, you'll notice three buttons: Back to Dashboard, Global Search, and Client Files. Client Files is what we're currently looking at. If the user selects Back to Dashboard, they'll be taken to the client file, and if the user selects Global Search, he or she will be taken to the File Manager menu, where that is used for identifying documents pertaining to any contact in the system and not necessarily the contact that's being viewed currently. On this blue tab here, there are 5 icons which have a function. Starting from the left and moving right, we have Export, Refresh, Add Folder, Upload, and Delete. The export function allows the user to export any of the documents and be archived for download in that user's email. The refresh icon simply refreshes the page. Add folder will add a folder and allow the user to name it. Upload allows the user to upload a new doc into a contacts database. And when using the delete icon, you must select the document or folder by clicking the empty checkbox to the right of modified date. Once that's done, you can delete the file. Notice in the left pane there is a key and person icon. This allows the user to set permissions for each document folder. Once a folder is selected, you can simply add in the users that will have access and leave the other employees off that shouldn't. Lastly, there is a search function called Quick Search, which is the binocular icon to the left of Preview. If a user hovers their mouse over that icon, they can begin typing to search through any folder for matching terms to quickly find a specific document.